Welcome to Saxo Friends. I'm your host, Dave Saxologist. And as usual, I have another outstanding guest. The name of the show is Saxo Friends. I love the saxophone. There's no doubting that. But there's friends in there too. So we're going to have a lot of other people here. But for the most part, though, we're going to talk saxophone because that's what I love, though. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you this man is not only a recording artist, saxophonist, multi instrumentalist, he's an educator. He's a preacher, a motivational speaker, and all kind of other good stuff. And he's a man of faith, and that's even a better thing. So,
Uh,
ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Mr. Daryl Beebe. How you doing, Daryl?
Thank you. I'm doing great. How are you, Dave?
Hey, I am doing. You know what, man? If I had your hand, I'd throw mine in, man. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
man.
Huh?
Hey, listen. You better hold on to your hand. I
Hey,
like your chair.
man. Hey, thank you. With all seriousness, man. Thank you for joining me on the show, man. And
Okay.
it was a pleasure meeting you at NAM, man.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know.
Yeah. Same here, brother. Same here.
So let's
Yeah.
talk about NAM for a second now. Is that your first time or you been
That
before?
was. Yeah, that was absolutely my first time, and I'm very fortunate and blessed because I was about to bail out, and my wife was like, "No, you got to go. You're gonna meet people. You're gonna make connections and you're gonna do this and that." So, all right, baby, you're gonna tell me twice. so, so with that blessing, man, I went, man, and I had a time and kind of like she said, I made some really great connections that I'm still, relationships are still manifesting in terms of festivals, horn endorsements, all that kind of stuff. So Reed endorsements, all of that, man. So it was definitely worth the trip and just having fun. You know what? For me, I felt like I don't know how kids act like at Christmas time when you open up gifts and stuff like that. Man, as we went from the different tables and you're like, whoa. So it felt like Christmas all over again.
Is you know what, man? I encourage musicians. I know it's when you don't live out here. I live 2 miles from here. I can walk there, but so
Oh, okay, cool,
yeah, so
cool.
it's an expense. I understand. However,
Hmm.
it is something if you want to, if you're really into music and you can spend the
Yeah,
money, it might be
yes.
worth going one time. Do you agree?
Yeah. Oh, I will be back. I'm not sure if I'm going to be back next year,
Uh-huh.
but I definitely see just the way things change in the industry. And you can stumble upon some things. But I was so in love with our instrument that this is sax talk, so that I never came out of that section. And so my friends were posting stuff, and Stevie Wonder was over here,
Yeah,
and Mark Miller was over there, and and I'm like, how did I miss all of that?
yeah.
So I definitely got to come back, get around. And then I saw too where guys would just play with different groups, and so I got to expand that side as well, and just kind of enjoy more of the convention, So
It's a lot in there, man. Those guitar, you're right though. If you really checked everything out, though, you could spend those 3 days or so just doing everything. Yeah.
yes, yeah, I agree. I agree.
And you know what, man? The Cannonball booth for some reason is always the most happening spot on
Yeah.
in that place. You notice that?
Well, yeah, it's interesting because as a matter of fact, I'm going to try to get an endorsement. I was able to meet some folks, so I'm going to try to get the endorsement with them. Yeah, I knew their horns were beautiful. As a matter of fact, I got one for my wife, so I knew they were beautiful and well designed. But man, they not only are they beautiful, they're put together well.
Yes, yes,
A real solid product. But like you said, I think the colors and all that draw people
yes.
uh, to that space. And then I also thought that the space where they were kind of transitioning between, coming from different instruments, you had to go buy them.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people, as we were playing, people would just stop and listen
Right.
to us play.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like you said, it was definitely a happening spot, man.
Yeah, man. And then you know what, man? I picked up that blue one. I played it, and
Yeah.
then but you played it, and I said it didn't sound the same. So I think it was defective, man. After I played it. Something was wrong, man. You played it
Oh
sounded
no,
different, man. You know.
no, 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 no. Hey man, I enjoyed what I heard from you as well, man. So, but once again, I think what I enjoyed as well in terms of the saxophone camaraderie and brotherhood and sisterhood. It's just enjoy. Like I go hear somebody playing, I'm like, man, this guy's killing these changes, or this person's got speed, and then this person's got tone, and this person's got power. You
Yeah,
know, it's just a lot of fun to just hear. You know, and I think the one wonderful thing about saxophone is, man, that all of us have our voice. Like nobody plays like you. You know, nobody plays like me. You
right.
know, and so you could hear like, oh man, that cat, you know, he sounds good, or
Yeah, yeah.
his style and all that. So it was really, really fun, man.
That's cool, man. So now that
Yeah,
we got that out of the way, I had to get that out of the way though, because
yeah, yeah.
and you know what, man, you were so kind and everything, man. I appreciate, when
Oh,
I
thank
came up to you and said, hey, man, I'd like to interview you. You said, hey, man, you said, yeah, let's do it. So
you.
a lot of
Right,
people
right.
say that, but then
Uh,
when I get back on this end, and then it was crickets though. So I,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying, especially at
yeah,
the NAM show, I done met the last 5 years. I don't know how many people I done talked to. Yeah,
mhm.
man, yeah. Then you hit them up, and but that's
I,
okay though.
I've I've already experienced some of that, you know, from a reed company, and oh yeah, we want an email and nothing back. Okay, brother.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. We
yeah,
we we just keep it pushing after that. So
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
then let's get some background on you from you, brother. So where are you from originally?
Yeah, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. It's where I am. I'm a little bit outside of Detroit right now, but yeah, I'm from Detroit. Grew up in the heart of the city, and like many of us, you know, my dad was a musician though. So man, he was a music major, and so there were all kind of instruments in the house.
Okay.
Um, but he would make you really like you had to really you couldn't just go there and jam. Like I'd pick up a guitar and do like Prince,
Yeah.
and he would like take out a book. You know what I mean? He's like, no, you know, he's very, you know, regimented in our learning. But when it came to the saxophone, man, for some reason that just came really easy to me. And
Okay.
I remember he walking through the house, kind of showing off. You know, took a flute to my mother; she couldn't get a sound. Handed the flute to my brother; he couldn't get a sound. Handed it to me, and I was like, "Hoo hoo hoo." So
Okay.
the woodwind side came pretty easy to me. And but anyway, like I said, high school, I mean middle school, high school. Then my high school band director helped me get a scholarship to Kentucky State University. I don't know if everybody see my
Okay.
shirt.
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So that's where I went for college, and continued in the marching band there, jazz band. We had an incredible symphonic band program because I know a lot of our HBCUs are known for the SWAC style marching and high stepping, but we had an incredible symphonic program. We played Rhapsody in Blue, William Tell Overture, Beethoven. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. So that was a great experience, man. But I just never put it down. You know, when I finished college, I just kept writing and playing and writing and playing. And the rest is history.
So when you first started out, did you start out on alto, or the flute that you picked up?
Yes, I started out on alto. I started off on a con, it's a shooting star. So
Okay.
and a Bundy, so alto. So yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny how I remember that. Um, um, and so that was kind of my horn. But I expanded to tenor, I believe, probably in high school, and really just kind of. My dad had passed not long after I started, but that gave me, you know, access to all the horns. I ain't had to ask no questions. You know, just
Right.
I'm just
Right.
playing all the horn. I'm playing trumpet, everything. But yeah, so alto then tenor, and those are kind of my main things even till this day. I'll play some soprano, I'll play some of that electric sax or whatever. But alto and tenor is my main thing.
Your main voice, huh?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Now I seen you with some stuff too. Now don't be all
Oh yeah, I got all that stuff, man. I got the EW. I got the Yamaha YDS 150. I got the travel sax, and
okay,
yeah,
okay.
I actually have a
What?
cannonball too. I got the burgundy one.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had that one for a few years, but
okay.
that 30th anniversary though, man, I don't know, bro. That one, I might have to get that one though, man.
Yeah. They had one, I think the 25th. which was a black one with
Yeah,
red
that one
keys.
was nice. Yeah.
I haven't seen that, but I think I would pick that up too, though. But the blue one was nice, man. That it was so different,
I
you know,
know, man.
and it felt great too, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I don't need, yeah, you know how it is. Like, I don't need another alto. I have two, but
Okay. Yeah, I have a real problem. I have probably 14 total, 14 horns. Yeah.
okay.
12. I'm getting rid of one now, so but yeah, I have a fair amount.
But that's okay though. And see the thing is, see what my buddies, me, see, I don't even play anywhere. I play at church once a month. But
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
just love saxophone. So guys like,
Right.
why,
Yeah,
Kenny G might have two, you got 10. But it is what it is.
right, right, right. It is what it is. But I need to get rid of something, so I'm gonna sell a couple here and there. So yeah.
Yeah, likewise, man. I'm gonna get rid of a
Mhm.
few couple of ones. This alto, I got this one right here. This is just a little John Paul. I just a little student horn.
Uh-huh.
That's the one I just mess around with. And I got a
Okay.
couple sopranos I may end up getting rid of too, because I don't really play
Oh,
much soprano though.
oh, okay, okay. Well,
Yeah.
let me know before we get off here.
No, these are not pro horns though. You don't want these.
But it's funny though that some of the ones that are not pro, I almost bought one at NAM. It was a guy that they were selling the Alto for 300. It was iridescent, about 280 or something. I almost, man, that thing was nice. And a lot of it was on a Taiwanese shell,
Right, right, right,
so
right.
very similar to everything else in the room. I almost bought it, but I didn't want to come home with another horn and my wife be like, "You got another one, huh?" So I said, "Let me leave that alone."
All right. Hey, so when you were did you start playing in the church as well? Because I know you're a man of faith.
Man, praise God. I started playing in the church. It almost would be like Color Purple with the juke joint,
Yeah.
and the juke joint kind of turned into the church. So I played in college, and I played a lot of jazz and stuff, and it was a small church. I'll never forget a small one, like an apostolic church in the spirit kind of church.
Oh yeah.
And I said, "Can I bring my horn?" They were like, "Yeah." I was like, "Cool." So I'm in there letting them have
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And they just kept encouraging me, and then eventually, "Hey, can you play a solo?" Sure. Can you do that? And it's funny because the horn drew me to the church more than anything, because I could go and play there.
Right.
But then, you can't get around that fire, man, and not get burned.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's an all-consuming fire. So,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
man, yes, yes. So I fell in love with the Lord, and then my wife was saved and in church, and she was like, "Boy, you better you ain't getting with me. You got to get right." so so I got right.
You got it right. There you go.
I got right. Yeah, and the rest is history. Yeah, and it was good for me, really. It was really good for me to get out of it because that club scene can get kind of, smoky, dangerous,
Right.
fights, all that come with the club, so it was, and I'm not knocking everybody who does whatever they do. I'm just
Right.
saying for me,
Right.
that time I needed to venture out of that atmosphere. So
Let me ask you about your college days in Kentucky. I mean, a brother from Detroit. I grew up in
sure.
Tennessee, so I know
Okay.
it's
Okay.
I'm from here originally, but I grew up in Tennessee.
Okay.
Kentucky and Detroit's not the same, so talk to me about that. So
Man, when I first got to Kentucky, guy would come up to me and say, "What's up?" And I say, "What's up?"
yeah,
Like, who you talking to? I wasn't used to the just the kindness. I wasn't used
hospitality.
to
Yes.
hospitality side of things. And so and Kentucky State was sitting at that time. Been a little bit built up. It's in Frankfort, Kentucky. But at that time, man, it wasn't nothing there.
Yeah.
It was a campus, and Walmart was like way down the road. So I couldn't really get into a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I said, it was good for me. It was good for me to see that different environment of the kindness that folks had and camaraderie. And one thing I'll say about like historically black colleges and universities, there's a lot of camaraderie, a lot of family, and all that kind of stuff. So it was a great experience for me.
Did you get a scholarship to go there?
I did, and once again, I wasn't planning on going to college. excuse me, I was planning to go into plumbing, excuse me, and I probably would have made more money. But my band director had a scholarship for me and got it through Kentucky State. I was able to get the scholarship and with my academics. So I was there on scholarship for quite some time and picked up some other scholarships while I was there. So yeah, it was a really great thing. And I didn't see myself as a college student, but my band director did. You know, he said, "You're going to college. I got these bands." Well, he said, "I got these bands here to hear you." And I'm like, "Hear me do what?" "Hear you play. You're going to college." I said, "Oh, okay." And once again, the rest is history.
Hey, that's all right, man. You know.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
when you were what about the University of Cincinnati though? What did you pursue there?
It's interesting because when I finished Kentucky State, I was a criminal justice major planning to go into law. But at that time, as a lot of young people do, you start to kind of figure out what is your purpose and your why, you know, what drives you. And so, what my band director did for me, I wanted to do for other students. And so, after undergrad, I went to University of Cincinnati to study counseling, and then I became a school counselor for many years. Then I did administration after that. But it was important to me to touch lives like my band director touched my life, create opportunities, create exposure, things that I was taking kids to colleges. I taking dudes who was, from Cincinnati and the inner city. They were in gangs or whatever. And I take them to college and show them, and they were like, "Man, this is crazy. I can come here." Yeah, you can. You got this grade point average. You got this. You get some financial aid, and so I sent many folks to school on that same premise that my band director did for me.
Giving back. That's what's up, man. Each one teach one. You know.
Yeah, reach
Yeah,
one too.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right, man. That's good stuff, man. So
But that area of everything, man, the mentorship. And it's funny, my wife and I were just talking about that. Like, our young men need mentors, And I'm not when I say I don't mean just black. I'm saying our young men need people to mentor them, to talk to them, to help them get to that next place or to that next level. And once again, a lot of times you can't see it until you see it. If you ain't never seen a college campus, what would make you want to go to the college?
yeah,
You
that's
know.
true. That's true. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, when I went the first time, I was at an orientation day, and I don't shy from this thing. I went to the orientation day, and all them girls and the dorm, and I said I came back home and told my mom. I said, "Mom, I'm going to college." I said, she's like, "Really?" "Yes, I am. I'm out." But it was so much fun and the freedom and all the things that come. But once again, if you don't see that,
Yes.
what's gonna make you do that? You know what
Right.
I mean? You got it's about that exposure. So
Now, did you
um,
major? Oh, I know you said you did criminal justice. Did you get it?
no, I majored in music for a minute,
Okay.
and a couple of theory classes beat me down, and I said, "You know what? I didn't sign up for this. I don't want to know the dominant and mixolydian.
I
I
know.
just I just want to play." And I to this day, I wish I probably would have stayed and became a band director of some kind, but went a different route. But I was a music major for maybe a semester, almost a year. But at that time, though, I did a lot of studying and playing with my professors and all that. And I think all of that has helped me to get to this point.
When did you get your first paid gig? How old were you?
My first paid gig was senior year of high school. It was we made up a band we would call Jelly, and my name was Jelly Roll.
All right.
Drummer, the drummer was Peanut Butter. I can't remember the other guy's name. But yeah, we did a college coffee house, and man, we let them have it. They didn't, little three high school kids come, man, we let them joke. Because I knew, I was playing all Anita Baker stuff, David Sanborn stuff, man. So, and we had some original stuff. We go into grooves and stuff. Man, we let them folks was on their feet. They were dancing, and I made $75.
Okay. Right.
And even to this day, people want to still pay you $75.
Man,
And it's
You know
something.
what? Let's talk about that for a second.
Hmm.
For the life of me, I cannot understand why they try to lowball musicians like that, man.
Yeah, yeah. That's a great. I mean, obviously, at this point in my life, 50 something years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to practice, drive to you, bring all my equipment. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I understand too. People want a certain level of entertainment, and so let meet me somewhere. But I'm not going to, do that. But people minimize what it takes to do. When I explain to them though, like I had a client this past weekend, and they wanted me to play for 2 hours. Well, I said, I said 5 minutes a song. I said we're at about 20 something songs. She was like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, you've asked for this amount of time. I got to practice them, so I ain't gonna just pull up and just play them. I got to
right.
practice. I got to load the car. I got to take the gas from here to downtown, 30-minute ride. I'm going to be with you setting up an hour early. I got to wait my time to play. Then I'm going to play my time. Then I got to drive home again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
it's a lot.
yeah, so you put all of that into the cost. But now I will say this too, though. People, a lot of times, younger musicians will take that low price because they may not have the same, responsibilities, or they
Yes,
don't know,
right.
you know, they don't know their value. So once again, I think that mentorship is a big piece, man. But yeah, people will ask me, or I'll give them my price. I might say something, some hundred, and they say, "All right," and I don't hear from them no more. But sometimes you get what you pay for.
That's it. Oh yeah, even out here, because a couple of buddies of mine, though, they had some weekly gigs that they were playing, and then all of a sudden, so I said, "What happened, man?" He's like, "The guy doesn't want to pay. I barely make enough to pay the band, and then have something."
Right,
So
right.
he was like,
Yeah,
"No, I can't do that one no more." So
yeah. And I always make sure, because I know Dave, like, even how you've handled this is in terms of business. Like, business is business. I'm not asking a guy to come out, learn this music, have a rehearsal. I've got to give him a certain amount, him or her a certain amount of finances.
right,
And really, I always say I can't pay you for your talent. Your talent, you could be on the Leno show, or you can be
yeah,
on the Tonight Show.
right,
I'm not paying you for your talent. I'm paying for you pretty much for your time.
yeah,
So, but I always, but a lot of times a group will say, "Hey, can you bring your band and da da da?" And I say, "Yep." And the band price is this. And they say, "Oh, can you come with some tracks?" So yeah, I can. So that money is always a thing, though. But there's still a group that appreciates live music, and
yeah.
they're willing to pay. You know.
How's the club scene in Detroit? I mean, Motown, man. You from that was the music capital, man. So what's it like now?
Man, it is fantastic, but it's crowded. I mean, I mean, James Carter. I don't know if you're familiar with James
Yeah, oh yeah,
Carter. He's
definitely.
here. Randy Scott's here. I can just name. I can go down a whole list. Demetrius Nate. I can just name people that are on Sirius Radio that I can call or get to, or meet them at the rehearsal hall tonight. So it's a little bit crowded, but it's a lot of fun though, man. There's some really big venues. I opened for Will Downing a couple years back
Okay.
at what's called the Aretha Amphitheater. Sits off the water. When you're playing, people pull up with their boats, man. It's crazy. So I've had some really really cool Detroit, gigs, and the people here, man, they just love you. You tell them you're from Detroit, and and you can feel the energy, and you playing from that energy that they giving you. So, but it's a great scene, and there's plenty of places to play. But once again, it's a bit competitive, just based on the number of musicians and then the high quality of musicians. So, I mean, it's some great cats here. My next single is called I-75, and we say it represents coming where the music comes in and out and up and down from Detroit is up I-75. So
Yeah, yeah. I know that 75. You go to Atlanta on 75 too, right?
yeah, man, you
Yeah,
can get the
yeah,
floor on that thing,
yeah,
man, straight
yeah.
down there.
That's it,
So,
man.
so really for our area, 75 and 94, that take you to Chicago on to that other side. So But yeah, but man, it's a lot of incredible musicians here.
I think my man Skip Pruitt is out there too, and
He
Skip.
was.
Oh,
I met Skip when I was a high school guy. I think he's a little bit older than me.
yeah, yeah.
I think he may have moved to that DC area. I'm not sure where he, but I know what they call that Maryland, DC
Okay,
area.
but he's
I
from
believe
Detroit
he's
though,
out.
right? I think he was. I think he was from
His
there.
his dad was my wife's band teacher.
What?
Yeah. And I met Skip at a club when I was a high school student, and he let me sit in and play. I was probably nervous, so but he let me hit with them on a couple sets, man. So that's once again, just a lot of great musicians and a lot of love around here. But now, but yeah, his dad was my wife's band teacher, and my band director knew his dad very well. Yeah. So
Hey, that's
this was
what I tell you. It's come full circle, man. I tell you,
yeah.
man. It's all when I talk to you guys. There's always a parallel somewhere, man. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, absolutely,
You know.
absolutely. Yeah,
So, who are
he's a
some of
great
your
player though.
influences, man,
Influences, man.
on
Very
sax?
Oh, I know. I'm just trying to figure out where to start. So, man, I'm gonna kind of go old first. I'm gonna say Sonny Stitt, Cannonball, Nat Cannonball
Yeah,
Adderley, um, Eddie Lockjaw Harris, um, man, definitely Dexter Gordon, um, Train in there too, Coltrane definitely in there. But then working up, man, I would say probably Michael Brecker, um, Grover Washington, um, geez, uh, David Sanborn, Gerald, Kurt Whalum. I think the most underrated cat right now though is Everett Hart. Man, he is a problem, man. He is a
yes,
whole problem. I met him one time, man, and we just talked, and just the amount of time he was talking about he was practicing, I was like, my lip would fall off. But I think to me, he's one of the most underrated cats. And I could just go on and on, man. But
I
those, I
agree.
think that would
I
be
agree, though. I met him a couple times out here in Spaghettini, and
okay.
we talked shop for a minute. Yeah, like he was with Jeff Lorber and Paul Jackson
Hmm.
Jr. that
Hmm.
that group they got,
I met
man.
him the same
Jazz
way.
Funk
Yeah,
Soul, yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was a whole situation.
Oh, the situation.
It's a
Hey,
whole
man,
situation.
that dude, he be sweating and playing that mother, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Man, he be
yeah,
getting it, boy.
yeah. He's tough on tough.
Yeah, he is, man.
For me, he was probably one of the first ones to be so expressive. Like if you said I'm going to sing through my horn, that's what I mean. He just the way his touch, but then he's so sound. You can hear the bop in his sound. You can hear the fusion in his sound. But at the same time, he can play so pretty.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a machine, man.
Hey, let's talk about your discography, man. You what, 4 CDs to this date?
You know what? I probably have had about 4 CDs and a ton of singles.
Okay.
And that single piece is kind of how the market is going went
Right.
or whatever. But yeah, so I probably had 4 CDs, but the single piece is kind of where I'm at now. Just kind of making them one after another, trying to hit radio. You know,
The one that I played, the last one, what's the latest one on there? Is
get
it
a grip,
okay? I'm sorry.
get a grip.
Get a grip. Okay. The one that's the Morning Love, man, is
Oh man,
that
yeah.
is hitting, bro. That's hitting
Oh,
hard, man.
oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that with Michael Broning.
Okay.
Uh, and I should go the other way. He wrote it, and then he let me write on top of it.
Okay.
But yeah, man, Michael Broning is an incredible producer. But thank you, man.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
nice, man.
that's my. Now I wrote that one for my wife because when we first got married, she loved in the morning, and I mean, girl, wait a minute, it's folk. But that was my morning love. So now we're a little bit older. I don't know about morning love, but yeah, that song was written to her. And when I talk about it, when I'm getting ready to play, she blushes
Ah,
before I start playing. Like, oh Lord, here we go.
that's awesome, man. Because and my follow-up question was, what was the inspiration behind it? But you already told me now, so
Oh yeah,
that
that
worked
morning
out.
love, dog. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, the full circle video,
Yeah.
that was nice too. So talk to me about that. What's the process of making a video like that, man?
Man, it's great, great question, man. A friend of mine, producer I work with named Mark Dixon, and man, he's written for all kind of people. He's done some stuff for Tim Bowman. I can't go on the list that because he writes a lot of gospel stuff as well. But he wrote that tune, and when he wrote it, I was like, man, we need to do a video for this. My other good friend and partner named it. I was like, man, we got to do a full circle video. And so a good friend of mine, John Green, who's like, you probably see him playing keyboard, but he is the videographer on that tune. And he kind of came up with the creative vision of it. And, I'm all about, I think it's good to be like about my hometown. So we're doing it in Detroit
Yeah.
with some Detroit symbolism. But then kind of create a full circle moment within the video. But that's one of my favorite songs, man. And the guitar player on there is a guy named Gary Johnson, and he's a local guy, but man, he eats on that thing, man. That guitar player is eating that thing up, man. I almost like him more than me.
But it's a great song though, man. You guys did a good job on it, man.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Enjoyed Morning Love. Yeah. So it's always fun when something comes together of that magnitude. So,
How
but
long
yeah, the
does it
video
take to
is
do something
fun,
like that?
man. But say it again.
How long does it take to do something like that? How long did it take you to how many
It
days?
took us 2 days
2 days?
because we shot the outside part downtown Detroit, and then we shot the part where it looks like I'm in a spot. We were at a church that kind of has like drapes and all of that. So yeah, it took 2 days to do it, and then you had to get the musicians to come in, act, play or act like they playing. So
That's what I want to ask. How do you when you doing the sax, are you lip syncing the sax and is already there or you
well,
playing?
you think about it like this: if you write the song, man, you're gonna know that
Yeah,
song.
yeah, yeah.
Like I kind of know where I go from my
Right.
solo, so I'm literally playing with it. Like
Okay.
he's playing, the music is playing while we're recording,
Okay.
and I'm working my fingers and stuff right with it. You
Okay, I
know,
got you. Yeah, that's what I was
because
that's the one I wanted to know. I wonder how do they do that? I was like, how do you hear all this music? Because he's outside
yeah,
and all that. So, what's going on here? Okay.
it's just like in the studio though, when you make sure your click track is right on, and once you got that time, everything's gonna lock into that time. So we were, he put that music back on in one spot, go to another spot, put the music back on. As long as we're on that click, man, we're, and we got that time, let's say 103 BPM or whatever. Yeah. So,
All right. Hey, great job, bro. Like I say, man,
oh man, thank you.
that's you see I put it up there, man, on my story, man.
Yeah, I like that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I saw some
That's good
people
stuff,
like,
man. You know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. So let me ask you about your creative process when it comes to creating your music. What is your formula for doing that?
Yeah, man, I don't know if you checked out a song I have called "Breathe." That was kind of when I first got on the Sirius radio, watercolor smooth jazz scene.
Hmm.
First record went to number 6 on Billboard, which was crazy. But I wrote that on guitar. You know, I'm a bit of a picker,
Okay.
and so and then I sent it over to my producer, like, man, check this out. And then he sent it back. I was like, oh man, we cook it.
Yeah.
And then he created the bridge or the transition, bring us back to the head. So a lot of tunes, it's interesting. I got another tune called Unmasked. I wrote that on guitar as well. It just depends on how it comes to me. And then a lot of times, depending on the skill level, I may write it on keys, I may write it on guitar, but a lot of times I've got to send my work to a producer, and then the producer helps me. In some cases, like with Full Circle, my producer comes to me with the whole song and say, "Hey, man, can you jump on this?" And I'm like, "For
Mhm.
sure." And when I jump on it, hey, the song is pretty much already done. And a lot of producers operate that way where they got like they'll send you a whole song and then you just paint the picture from there. So, but a lot of the I enjoy writing. I enjoy people hearing me or my ideas and concepts.
Right.
But man, somebody write you a great song, you're not turning that down either. So
Yeah.
it really just depends on what comes and how good it feels once we jump on.
All right. Do you teach saxophone or anything?
Man, I want to, but I don't have time. Maybe when I get a chance, good Lord bless me to retire, I can work with students and work on some. But at this point in time, I just don't have the time to do it.
Okay. So what do you practice yourself right now though? What kind of etudes or scale? What do you do now to keep your
Man,
chops up?
unfortunately, I probably practice a lot of really a lot at this point in time. My practice got more to do with the songs and stuff I'm writing, or I'm getting ready for a gig and I'm practicing for the gig. So
Okay.
my practice doesn't look like a book. It needs to, or playing with Jamie Amos or somebody track behind me.
Right.
My practice looks more like I'm practicing getting ready, but that practice creates a level of endurance. When you're playing a full 90-minute concert, or what I'm saying, you got to be physically ready to
Yeah.
like. Cause some cats, you play one song, you be like, man, I'm out. I'm done. Play two songs, oh, I'm done. Now when you're in a concert setting, you think about Boney and man, all of these man. I'm sure you met Gerald Albright as well, and
Yeah. Uh-huh.
man, these cats sit up there and play 7 songs and get to the end of the concert like
I know.
so. So yeah, that builds the endurance in terms of just being strong in your cheeks, strong in your abdomen, and all of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what my practice looks like. It's practicing for shows and that kind of thing. But I'm always trying to get better. Same thing, long tones, just hearing the horn, filling the horn up. All of that is a part of my regimen.
Let's talk gear now and horns. What are
Oh,
your
wait a minute.
what's your main setups right now?
How much time you got?
I got time. Let's go.
My main setup, alto, is I'm endorsed by a company called Dakota Sax.
Nice.
So I've got that's my alto, and it's crazy, man, because people look at these Taiwanese horns and all that and kind of frown or whatever, man. I go up against anybody with that thing. I mean that boy barks. It barks like a dog, and I love it, and it feels good on my hands. So that's my alto mouthpiece. Right now I'm between two Theowanis. What is the lady's name? Mindy Aber is one of my
Okay.
mouthpieces,
Okay.
and then the other one is called. I just got it. I can't
Durga
remember. No, something else.
is the
Blue one.
hard
I don't know.
rubber. Hard rubber.
Yeah, yeah. Hard
Elements.
rubber.
Elements.
No, but
Okay.
it'll come.
Gaia or whatever. It's all good though.
No, it's new.
Okay.
Um, and then tenor wise though, this is a whole problem here now because I just got problems, man. This is where I got to get some deliverance, man. I got 4 tenors, so I got a 6, and my mouthpiece. And this is where I'm looking. I really was looking for a tenor mouthpiece down there, and never really got to one. Matter of fact, I bought an alto mouthpiece. That's what that piece I was telling you about. Um, but I got a 6, and I'm on a Sugo tenor piece. I
Okay.
tried some other things, but nothing has really surpassed it. It's a Kurt Whalum tenor Sugo, and I'm on a Rigatti Reeds. Matter of fact, I was trying to work out the endorsement from them. Um, but I got a 6. I got a Kyleworth SX90R with the roll tone
Shadow.
holes.
The shadow.
No, this is the old one.
Oh,
This
okay.
is the one that Kirk used to play.
Yeah.
My setup, I call it the Kirk setup because I
Yeah.
got the Sugal and the Kyleworth. And man, it never fails. I was trying to sell this horn. I couldn't get nobody to buy it. Everything I record on there, man. Morning Love. I don't know if you check out a song I got called Caribbean Paradise. I worked on a song with Adam Holly. I sent him like 4 tracks. I said, which horn you like the best? He was like, the one you call Kurt Whalum. I was like, oh, man. So that horn just got that grit, that
Yeah.
sound. Grover played that. Kurt played that. So anyway, Kyle Worth, Selmer. I got a Yamaha. What is that thing? Yamaha Custom Z, and
Okay.
I got a Con 10M.
You got some
And I got
heavyweights,
another.
man. You got
Say it again.
heavyweights there, bro.
No, I ain't playing.
I see.
They don't need to, you gonna sign up. You might as well not play around. You know what I'm saying? Well, I didn't come to play no games. But I also have a Martin tenor. I'm getting ready to sell that. But that thing sounds so good, Lord Jesus. All of them are like your kids or
Yeah,
something. You know what I'm
man.
saying? They all do something different, but they feel off. But I got this old Martin tenor, man. That sound is so rich. And I'll come right off my six and I'll jump on that Martin. I said, good night. This thing sounded like my six. So but I gotta get delivered. Nobody need no five tenors. Don't need five tenors. And then my soprano, I got a P Marriott with a Theo on that one. Now this is that red rubber with I can't remember the name. Now that one might be a Gia or whatever it's called. The red and black. And
Okay.
it's nice. It's real open. Matter of fact, I was playing that. I don't know if you were at the table then. I was playing that, and people were walking by. I was playing the Cannonball Soprano,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they were freezing and dancing. I said, "All right, now got the snake charmer." So, but I
Yeah.
got a P Marriott soprano, and I got another toy soprano that I got from a guy for like $100. It sounds amazing.
Okay.
And I got a baritone, but yeah.
Do
So
you play Barry every now and then?
on my records, yeah.
Okay.
Get that bought up. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah. So put that in there. Yes,
So
sir.
let me ask you,
Yes, I got more, but I mean, I don't play all those.
vintage versus modern horns. You got the six. So the six compared, I mean, ergonomics and everything,
Yeah.
six to the modern horns.
Um, man, I will go. First of all sixes are not created equal. But people love to say, "Oh, I got a Selmer," or "I got a this and that." I had my alto when I was playing the six at another six alto at the store, and my horn destroyed it. I mean, obliterated it.
Yeah.
Um, so every vintage horn is not created equal, but they're designed to do different things. Like my con, and I need to repad it, but it's got them little button pads in there. But man, that sound, boy, wee. Now it's not gonna blow the roof down,
You're right.
but I'm just talking about the sound of that silver horn. Nothing like it. So I just think all horns are not created. A lot of the horns I played at NAM, no, and I won't name them, but there were big name companies. I wasn't impressed with that thing. I pulled it down like, what?
You're
It's
right.
okay. You want seven? What for it? Seven
Yeah.
thousand, 8,000, 10. I'm
Serial
like,
number, serial number, such and such, such and such. Get out of here with all.
right. I can go right over here to Cannonball and get a horn for $3,000.
That's it.
I'm not paying. I'm not
That's what
paying seven. You know. So, but anyway, it just depends, man. It's all about the player and the feel.
Yeah.
The modern horns give you a lot, though, man. So, but like if you talk to a cat like we talked about Every Heart, man, he been on them same horns for years.
Yeah.
But once it fits you, that's the thing, man. But yeah, I love my six though in terms of how it feels. My Cowworth, I love the projection. My Yamaha, I love the ergonomics. You know,
Yeah.
and and the 10M is just now that is vintage. It's built like you can barely figure out how you're gonna hold it, but
Yeah.
it's still the sound of it is so mellow and warm. That's the word I'm looking for. It's so warm. So the answer to the question is, it really depends on the day.
I got
Um,
you.
yeah.
It's all good. Hey, I got another question for you, bro. That
Okay.
national anthem, man, that you did at the Pistons game, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to me about that, man. I want to know from the beginning because I talked to Tony Exum. He was telling me about his. So I want to hear your story from the time you got to the stadium to the time
Uh,
you got ready to go. You can just summarize what you had to do.
yeah, man. So you go in for a rehearsal, and the game started at 7. So I'm scatting from work to get to the rehearsal. No, I was off that day, but good with the rehearsal, um, and literally played it. Come to the center, played the song. So I did the lift their voice and sing and the national anthem.
Okay.
So literally, I'm there. I play for about, and you can only play them for 90 seconds. You got 90 seconds.
Okay.
So, so I'm there. I play for about 4 minutes, and they're like, "Okay, you're good. Go back home, pick up the wife, come back." You know. But man, the if I talk about the emotion of it, um, the emotion is overwhelming because first of all, I'm doing the Black national anthem as well as the national anthem at a HBCU game for the Pistons. So, like that moment, like Lord, you let me be in this space in front of all of these people.
Yeah.
So, first of all, you got that level of honor on you. Then you look up at all them eyes and the lights, and then they turn all the other lights down and they put the light on you, and you're like, oh Jesus. So the nerves come up. And then though, like any other time, you play at church or wherever you play, you you have to execute. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that is your job to
Right.
execute. And so that to me overcomes that. And where, they say hard work beats talent when talent don't work. So, but all of that practice comes into play at that moment, and now it's time to execute. So, man, I that day, man, that heat was on me, Doc. It felt good. That anointing was sitting on me. When I say anointing, like I believe God will empower you to do what you have to do. Like you may not do this that great. Now, the other element what you may deal with, or any other sax player who's watching this, is you have things that can happen at that moment that you can't control. You can't control if that A flat pad stick.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
And or that B, that little biscuit stick,
Yeah.
and you didn't play the wrong note, but it sure sound like you
It's,
did.
yeah.
So, or you messed up and you didn't do it like you did it in rehearsal, or you didn't hit it
Right.
perfect on a song that everybody knows. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's a lot of pressure in that moment, man. But that day it felt really good. They normally have me play on a standing mic, but this time they put a wireless, so I was free to move
Okay.
and kind of as I felt it.
Yeah.
So man, it was great. My Theo Wani, that piece, man, that boy was talking. So all my high notes came clean. The lows had depth. It just felt really, really good. But once again, that pride
Yeah.
of I'm represent. First of all, like I know this political climate is so crazy, but I'm representing my country. I'm representing my people. I represent my mom. I represent my fraternity. I represent my church. I represent my wife. I'm like, man, I'm about to take care of this moment. And fortunately, the good Lord blessed me or whatever, man. And but it felt good. It felt good from start to finish. But then while you playing, you thinking, I got 90 seconds.
Yeah. Because I was wondering, they don't have no clock up there, no, or nothing for
No,
you, do they?
no. So in the practice, I hit it at 90 seconds.
Okay.
But when I did it live, I held my note a little longer, for the effect.
Uh huh.
And the people, whoo, you know.
Yeah.
And then I did my riff at the end a little bit longer. So I'm sure I was probably around 95, 100 seconds or
Right.
whatever. But at that point, I captured the moment. But I don't want to abuse it where
Right.
they be like, we ain't having them back. He played too long.
You hit that
So
trio
it's
towards
a
the end,
lot
didn't
to
you?
think about.
Did you
Say
hit
it
that
again.
trio towards the end? Didn't you? I saw you get that. Didn't I see you
Yeah,
do a little
yeah, I
bit of
did
that?
a little
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a lot. What people don't realize, it's a lot in your mind that you're thinking of while you're playing.
Right. I can
Because
imagine.
then you say to yourself, I don't want to be sitting here still because that's boring. So
Yeah.
you got to move. You're an entertainer.
Right.
Your job is to entertain as well. So it's a lot of thought. And then I'm like, I hope this pad don't stick. It's stuck in practice. So, but it was an incredible experience for me. I kind of, how social media is, got all these likes and shares and
Right, right.
stuff, man. So it
What
was
key
a
did you
great
play it
experience.
in?
I put it in concert E flat,
Okay.
so in C.
All
When
right.
I play it, people will ask me, like one dude, I played it for our black college or whatever, a black college event. And he said, I didn't know where you were going, but I want the full range of the horn.
Yeah.
I want to go from the bottom and I'm gonna take you to the top,
Yeah. Yeah.
within that experience. Now I can start in the middle, which is cool, but if I take you from the bottom, I got somewhere to go,
Yeah.
you know, so from that standpoint, that's kind of my mindset with that.
Hey man, you did a great job with that, bro. I was like, because man, I was talking to Tony Exum a couple weeks ago when I interviewed him, and he did it
Yeah.
out here at the Rams game, right? So I
Oh
saw him
man, yeah.
doing it. He said, man, rehearsal, like he said, everything was cool. He said, man, he said when we got out there and right before the game, man, it came out, everybody dapping me up. He said when I got out there, it was 73,000. Look, he said his boy came on and said, Tony, man, it's 73,000 out here. It's your big moment. Tony's like, I know, but I didn't want to hear that.
Right, right, right. No, and you do it well, they'll have you back, man. So I
Yeah,
got to start sending my tapes to people. I don't really understand how it works everywhere else or whatever, but I definitely need to start getting around the country doing that. So,
yeah, man. You definitely do the doggone thing, man.
oh man, appreciate it, appreciate
So
it.
let me ask you, okay, you've opened and or played with Norman Brown and Stephanie Mills, James
Yeah,
Carter, Vicky
yeah,
Winans.
yeah.
Got any stories about anything you want to share about any experience? Not, no, no,
Not
no,
one.
no, no, no. I'm
Not,
not saying nothing. No, I'm just saying-
I ain't saying
no,
nothing.
I ain't
No.
saying nothing. I'm just saying,
Let
what
me
was it
say
like
this
playing with
though.
those people?
I'm about to say, um, but like Norman, we open for Norman,
Okay.
and but man, I don't think like you talked about me and your camaraderie. I met you, we laughed like we
Right.
knew each other for 20 years or whatever.
Right. Exactly.
It's the same way with everybody. Like
Yeah.
Norman Brown, I got pictures of Norman Brown. We leaning on each other. He got my CD. I'm holding his.
Yeah.
Everybody. I haven't met anybody. Like I hear stories where people be like, "Oh, he is so stuck up," or "She is." I haven't met like I did a thing opening for Gerald. I was playing with Ben Taker, and man, me and Gerald, I just haven't met anybody that we wasn't just dapping up and
Right.
laughing and over a plate of food or taking pictures together at the end like we cousins. That's my experience with pretty much all the people you name on there,
Yeah. Yeah.
unless they had to go somewhere or something. Other than
Right.
that,
Yeah.
me and James Carter, we talk over video call all the time. The time I met, we were just talking about it. What's my man with Jazz Soul Funk with Evan
Every
Hart?
heart. Yeah.
We talked for an hour before the show.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh,
so a lot of these cats I had a chance to open for, man, or play with on the stage, they just cool.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like down to earth or you say, man, I love your what you and they be like, oh me, you talking about me, what?
Yeah.
Everybody's humble and um yeah. So now I'm gonna tell you this though, James Carter, I played with him in high school. I think he's probably one of the toughest on the planet
Yeah.
to
He's
to be
cold.
able to do
He
whatever
cold.
he wants. Now people might say he played too avant-garde or whatever,
Right.
but the man can do whatever he
Yes.
wants to do. He can go to the low of the bottom. He's
Yes.
one of the few people. Your horn goes to a B flat,
Right.
but he can lip a A.
Yeah.
He'll lip. He'll go. He'll I don't know how he does it. He scream to the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Read a classical chart. Play giant steps. Yeah, to me, he's one of the toughest on the planet to
He's
do it.
incredible, man. You're right, and he's very underrated. You're right, because
Mhm.
I saw him several times at the Playboy Jazz Festival. I remember Bill
Okay.
Cosby at the time. Bill Cosby was the MC, and Bill
Okay.
Cosby introduced. He said, "Everybody, James, make the horn sound like it's gonna blow up Carter." 'Cause you know how he
Right.
be, "Aw," he say make the horn
Yeah.
sound like it's gonna blow up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
He's great.
he's different. But it's so many incredible musicians out. But in terms of my stories, man, I don't have any one story that would stand out more than the others. Everybody's just super kind, down to earth, and man, and you could ask them like anything, and they'll be like, what's your practice regimen? What mouthpiece you on?
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody just like is holding up nothing. They'll tell you.
That's what I found out, being an amateur, when I first started going to NAMM about 5 years ago. Because before they wouldn't
Mm.
let not people that's not like a mainstream musician or whatever.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't know that.
hard.
Okay, to get in.
Yeah, it was hard to get in. So now, they open up a little bit. You can be a student or you can be an influencer or
Yeah,
whatever. So,
yeah.
but like Marion Meadows, when we was at the NAMM show, man, I had met
Uh-huh.
him at Spaghettini's out here. And man,
Okay.
next thing I'm watching him try out ligatures. I'm his ligature judge, man. He's over there, what do you about thinking about this one? I'm like, that one's cool. He's like, this one pops. So I'm like, yeah, yeah, that one pops. I'm like,
Right, right.
but just cool, just like,
Yeah,
what you think, man? What you think?
yeah, yeah. It's funny you mentioned him because that was the first time I met him, and he's played here on a concert venue that I play on. Um, but that's the first time I met him, and I'm playing alto, and he was like, "Wow." He's like, "When I play alto, it sounds like a tenor."
Yeah,
So, so, like you said, it's like, man, brother's so cool.
yeah,
You know, you don't even expect somebody to be that cool. But man, I got like multiple pictures with him one day, and then I was at the cannonball thing, and he wanted to take a picture with me.
yeah,
So like I said, everybody is so cool, down to earth, and encouraging.
yeah. Especially at now, man. Everybody. It's I had put a post up. I said if the world or at least the country could get along like the NAM show, man,
Yeah,
this country will be in great shape, bro. You see look, we got people with green hair walking around, but
yeah.
everything is beautiful. Ain't nobody judging nobody.
I think that Nam experience, like I said, it had the unity of like Christmas
Yeah,
because everybody was like happy for
right.
everybody. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Like when I went over to some cats playing, I'm like, these dudes are smoking.
Yeah,
Um, but everybody was just like, the love of music, the excitement to try different things, and like be able to play all these toys or whatever. And then the camaraderie.
yeah,
It was very much like Christmas or something like that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then the concert, I don't know if you went to the concerts afterwards
No, I didn't check in the show.
out
Did you
on the
do it?
plaza or whatever.
No.
Woo, man, Greg Filling Games, Stevie Wonder came out and did a number with I mean,
Was that the
it
main
was,
stage outside?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it was bananas. But you down the street, you can go next year.
Yeah, yeah. I just, I don't never do those, man. I just
Okay,
go and I stay about 3 or 4 hours and I come back and I just go 3 days. But I spend a
okay,
lot of time at the Cannonball booth though, man.
yeah,
I'm always back and forth over there, man.
yeah. They got it going on, man. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get the endorsement. But I hear that that's a lot of people that try to get that endorsement. So which
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
Lord
yeah. They are.
do with that.
Hey, but you know
You
what?
said
Hey,
you have a cannonball. Now tell me about your setup. What you got over there, man? What you working with?
you know what? I have a Cannonball A5
Okay.
alto, the
Yeah.
black ruby one, and I use a
Yeah.
uh I got a Theophonic Durga 5, but I really don't use that as a little trio. And I got
Yeah.
a Barkley Brazil custom
Hmm.
pop
Yeah.
and the Jody Jazz HR. Those are the ones I kind of use on my alto.
Nice.
On tenor, I
Okay.
got a Giant. I got the Jody Jazz
I'm not,
Giant.
what is that?
Giant, the Jody Jazz tenor. It's a what
Oh,
it
okay.
Yeah, and the custom pop as well. And I got a Kyleworth Shadow,
Really?
but it's not original though. It's a knockoff, but it's really nice though, man.
I think I saw that it had like a lot of design on the
Yeah,
bell.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's a Kiowa shadow or
Yeah,
it's
it's the 90. What is the XR
SX.
something 90 R for roll
Yeah, it's
tone
called tone
holes? Yeah,
The
yeah.
SX90. Yeah, that looked like a dog.
And man, I tell you, I took it to my when I first got it. It's a knockoff. I took it to my
Okay.
repair tech. It had a
Uh-huh.
couple of leaks. She fixed everything on that thing, man. Charged me about $100.
Yeah.
That thing is sweet, man. She said
Nice.
this doesn't seem like a knockoff. She said it's so rich. The sound was so good, though.
Got you.
I got
Got you.
lucky.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been there too.
Yeah, soprano.
Been there.
I got a Yanni curved and a Yanni straight. Once again,
What?
those are knockoffs too, though, man.
Okay.
But they're cool though. They play well, man. Yeah.
Right, right, right. Okay.
So that's
Cool.
it. Yeah, that's mine, man. And then I got the YDS 150 and the travel sax.
Okay.
So I got
Cool.
eight
Cool.
horns, six regular ones and two
Man,
EWs.
you about as bad as me.
I know. I got eight.
You just talking like you had four or something, or three or something. Yeah,
My girl
you
said,
got the addiction. You got the addiction as well.
I do. I told my girl about that cannonball. I said, she said, you gonna get it? I said, no, I'm not. I don't need it. She said, ain't never stopped you before. I said, stop, okay.
Right, right, right.
Hey,
Yeah.
anyway, man. Hey, man, I tell you what, man, this has definitely been a pleasure, brother. I really appreciate
Oh,
the
the pleasure's
time,
all
man.
mine, Doc. I appreciate you considering me, man. So absolutely.
But I'm a couple more questions before we go. Let me ask you one.
Okay.
What's
Sure.
some of the best advice you ever received from anybody, music wise?
Man, the best advice I had, I didn't use it. Which was while I was young, and that's why sometimes youth is sometimes wasted. Folks were telling me to shed while I was young, but I didn't understand that I'd have a job and a wife and babies and then I'd have church and all of that. So I was like, wow. So I would say, obviously when you're in different spaces and places in your life, you maximize the time. That is important.
Okay.
You don't, you got time to practice, you got time to work at making a song, writing your book, putting a page on this or whatever, on your movie. Utilize your time, make the most of your time. Um, some of the other best advice, um, probably just keep God first in terms of just being centered, and really having a breakdown of your priorities. God, family, just order. And when
Okay.
you do things in order, it all tends to work out for you anyhow. So I think those are probably. Did you say three or two is cool?
Yeah. All right. Now,
Okay.
one other. Okay. Uh, piggyback off of that.
Yep.
Any aspiring musicians, singers, or whatever that want to get in this space, what advice would you have for them?
Um, First of all, I think we all as musicians kind of say you hear somebody else and you say, "Oh, I think I can do that." You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So hone in on your craft though, that you're strong enough to be able to share that stage with someone, or whatever. If your goal is to make a record or whatever, you got to hone in on your craft. You can't just say, "Oh, I play the saxophone, so I should be on radio or whatever." That's number one. Have your craft down packed, and then after that, um, have a plan. You know what I'm saying? I got many people without a plan to fail. You know, um, so you got to have a plan on what you're trying to do, because if you're just trying to play around or something, once again you're gonna burn a whole lot of time. But get a focus. Become driven. Set up your goals. Um, um, Scripture says, write the vision, make it plain, write it upon tablets, right? So get your vision, your ideas, where you want to go, put that on paper, and then start working towards your plan. And what you're going to end up seeing is you're accomplishing a whole lot of that's on there. And then if you don't land on the moon, you're gonna fall on the stars. So develop your plan, where you want to be, how you want to do it, and then go to work. But ain't nothing given to you, man. And this business, man, I've seen some stuff, I'd had some doors slammed in my face, or can't get on this ticket, can't, no matter how good I can play or whatever,
Right.
so you better have your, you better tighten that skin up,
Yeah,
you know, and get ready because it hurts a little bit here and there while you're trying to get there.
that's great advice, man. I like that, man.
Thank you, bro.
Hey,
Appreciate it.
hey, Daryl, man, this has been a pleasure, brother. So before we go, please let everybody know how they can get in touch with you and listen to that beautiful music of yours and all that good stuff.
Oh wow. Thank you, my brother. Man, on social media, I'm in a number of different places. I'm on TikTok. It's all under Daryl G Beebe, Daryl G as in good, Beebe. And then my website is darylbeebemusic.com. And there you can find my booking information, song information. I've got to update my calendar. I'm a little behind on that. But most stuff, if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you'll find me there at Daryl Beebe Musician as well as Daryl G Beebe as well.
Your website is nice too, man. It's
Oh, thank you,
really,
man.
yeah. I checked it out, man. I like the way it
Appreciate-
flows, man. It's colorful. It's got
Oh,
all the
thank you.
info. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I got to update it, man. That's that business side, man. And if you add more advice, man, I would definitely say get a team, because doing it yourself, it can be challenging, you know.
All
It can
right,
be
man.
challenging. Keep
All
up with the
right, brother.
website,
Hey,
you
with
know.
that being said, brother, I'm gonna let you go, man. But hey, man,
Okay.
it was a pleasure to meet you at NAM. You
Oh,
know,
same here, bro.
we hit it off, like you said, and you and I are, we're
Yeah,
gonna have to talk some more. You already know that, bro. I'm gonna hit
man.
you up.
Yeah, I think I sent you my number, man. So anytime, brother,
I didn't get it, but
I'll send it to you.
send it to me. Yeah, and I'll hit you back, man. We gonna talk, man. Okay.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much, Dave.
Thanks a lot, Daryl. Hey,
All
everybody.
right, bro.
That's the saxophonist extraordinaire, brother Daryl Beebe. Check him out on all the major platforms. Do you have a YouTube as well?
Yeah, I'm on. I think I have one.
Okay, well
I
check
got to get
check
off.
check out Daryl Beebe's
Yeah,
YouTube too.
I got work to do. So
All right.
yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody. You guys take care. This has been Dave Saxologist on Saxo Friends, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care.